What's going on, Dragon Ballers? We're back here at ARG Las Vegas with another deck profile. We've got Matthew, who got top 8. Great job today, Matthew. So what did you decide to play today?
I decided to play Yamcha, mostly.
And why was that?
At my locals, it was just a really fun deck from the start, and then I realized because the leader has crit, it is actually just a very good combination with Fearless Attack Pan. It's just a good red leader in general. Red has a lot of toolbox type abilities in the game.
Yep.
And they've now just given it more and more, and especially with the new Ginyu, I've been having fun with the deck. So I figured if I'm having fun, I'm actually winning a decent amount, I'll just take it.
Yeah, I know there's so much red this tournament, and like red has so many great tech cards, like we'll see in the deck profile. So yeah, go ahead with it.
So to start off with, if you're playing Yamcha, you got to play Yamcha. So I have 4 Everybody's Pal. He's a great meme card with his name, but he's very effective in searching all the Earthlings I'll follow through showing in this deck profile.
Yeah, and 2-drop 15k is just so hard for the opponent to clear on turn 2. It's so big.
Originally, when I was playing Pan before, Red had a problem of what do I do on turn 2? Turn 2 never had that much for Red to do. Maybe you summoned a 1-drop attacker and you left 1 to keep for comboing a double shot Vegeta or something along those lines. But when they made this card, it's just been very good. Although with the Everybody's Pal, I know a lot of people have been talking about the hidden potential Zarbon. It is a much better defensive card, but I'm red. Why would I be defensive when I can just be as aggressive as possible, force my opponent to have to deal with me rather than me dealing with them?
Makes sense. Yeah, it just pluses, straight pluses.
So then, off of that, the best target for it is 4 Intensifying Power Trunks, obviously.
I see your meta class with the foils. I like it.
There was no way I was rolling without him after how much I've used this card and how good it's been to me. It's Trunks GT, of course, so the chain attack line is the best route for it.
Yep.
And I did decide to also play 2 Saiyan Kabbas.
Yeah, you were telling me a little about this as like a last minute kind of tech option, so why'd you decide to play this card?
Saiyan Kabba originally was double shot Vegetas. I was playing 4 of them just because it was a red staple that was always in Pan and other red decks. It was doing very good. It's like, all right, I'll play with these. But as I played more and more, and a lot of people were playing Shenron, I realized that I'm losing too much to Shenron when I should be having a good matchup against them. And so I decided that I'm just going to take 2 double shot Vegetas out, see how my 2 Saiyan Kabbas I had on hand worked, and I've just kept them in ever since.
And they worked out really well for you?
Especially this turn, yes.
Nice.
And then another 1-drop here is the Dash Pack Baba.
Yeah, so you were telling me this card put a lot of work in for you, so what were some of the utilities of it?
This card was one of the best for me to be defensive as well as being aggressive at the same time. I could boost my leader and just leave this sitting on my field. At one point, when I was playing Goku Lineage deck, turn 2, I just played 2 of these, boosted my leader. My leader became 20, swung, did damage, and just left these on board. And he then had to start fearing if he played any sort of Bardock, he would not be able to attack with it.
Right.
As I would be able to combo this from the battle area, reducing it by 5, and because I had 2 of them, it would go to 0, and due to game mechanics, would then be just placed in the drop area.
Right, and then you just draw 2 cards, like super duper plus.
Yeah. So in a way, it's almost like Unbreakable.
Right.
But I like it a little bit better, especially because this deck is nearly all Earthlings. And then for the chain attack line, obviously for chain attacks, card is pretty self-explanatory. It's just been good to tap 1 on the first turn, get a nice damage in there, and then following, if they don't kill that, you play chain attack for much less.
Right, it just helps red go wide really well. Yep.
Or even chain attack, just summoning other 3-drops that you pay 3 here to summon other 3-drops that would.
Right, so it's like value. You pay 3 energy to get 2 bodies on the board. Yep.
Its main target, the Burst Attack Sun Gohans.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't play 4 of this in their deck. Did you feel like it was a lot, or you feel like it was perfect?
My leader has crit. This card says crit. This card says Pot of Greed.
So
there's no way I was going without it. If I'm swinging with my leader and I'm going to secure a crit, I can drop some cards to let my hand be filled for that.
Nice.
And moving on, the second best chain attack target is the Fearless Pan.
Yep.
Now, one thing I know a lot of people have been curious or just questioning me about is I'm not playing any Champas. I've just felt I'd rather be playing Pan or have the Saiyan Kaba as a one drop that I just swing and get double anyways.
Right.
So I'd never... Champas at some points in the game would have probably been nice instead of me like playing a Baba to give it +5 earlier. I could have just tapped one, gave like a crit double strike. But overall, with just the Fearless Pans and the Kabas, it's been working just fine.
Yeah, it totally makes sense.
And then another utility target for chain attack is the Digging Deep Vegeta.
Yeah, with eight self-awakeners, I'm sure you never had a problem self-awakening.
Well, I had some problems against Crisis Crusher, which I figured I would. Like, it'd be the most obvious thing to do. But Crisis Crusher, I'd often kill it with the Baba.
Right.
As it's just 5. It doesn't have barrier or anything, so Baba can just target it and clear it off the board.
Right.
But in times that I couldn't get rid of it, or they would have the 2-drop Goku feature rare, I can just play this and swing and take a life. And even I can, if I'm awakened already, or I attack with Digging Deep, I take the life, I get to be awakened, I flip my leader over, and then I can give this the ability to attack active and swing at the 2-drop with Digging Deep.
Right, opens up your Kabas, opens up your Yamchas, yep.
Another fun utility card that's in here is the Changing Ginyu.
How did this card perform for you all day?
This card has been extremely good. I did misplay in the one feature match, realizing or thinking that Purunga worked similar to Shenron, where I just needed the drop area. I quickly realized that was a big misplay, but I stopped him from continuously drawing 2 cards.
Right, still good, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
And honestly, I might put more of these in the deck with a later card I might take out, as well as then another utility Vegeta is the Glory Obsessed Champion Pack.
Yeah.
The card has put in work today, acting like the SR Jiren, where it can attack a battle card and then just freestand and swing again.
Right.
Card has definitely cleared just a lot of small things.
It's good in the lineage matchup too, I'm sure.
Yeah, almost guaranteed to clear small things, because if they're just at 15, you swing at them, goes up to 25, they're not really willing to combo there, and if they do, you can just swing at it again at 15 instead.
Right.
Maybe make them ditch more cards. And the card I was really iffy about in this is the Yamcha at 100%. I played 2 as it's definitely an Earthling. It's Yamcha, I wanted to play it, see how it went. Overall, it was often like okay at locals and other events like that, but I've realized these kind of events, this card, tapping 3 just for this, where instead of tapping 3 for like a Fearless Pan, Burst Attack, or even a Chain Attack line, the card just doesn't work as good.
Yeah, I found 2 in playing the deck, like it's only good in the right situations, so I think 2 is a perfectly fine number.
And as I was talking about earlier with the Saiyan Kabas, is I have the Double Shot Vegetas. As I was originally playing 4, I already said, lost to Shenron too many times, didn't really like it. The card is good defensively, but I need to be offensively in that situation.
Yep.
Some games I still need the nice tap 1 for 10. And it's worked okay. I think I'll just leave it at that. And one of my favorite cards in this deck is the Topo here, which I've actually just ran at 3 of. This card is definitely put in work today. People forget that it is a card, and if they'll see I have 2 energy left, thinking, oh, he just doesn't have anything in hand, he just couldn't do anything last turn. But I've actually just kept up 2 energy to negate their attack that I know they're going to do, and then get a 20k body out of it.
Yeah, and then Topo with the leader ability is just insane.
With the Yamcha ability, just give him the ability to attack active. Any sort of free blocker, any other small 1-drops with 5k, they're going to have to combo nearly like 5 cards out of their hand just to keep it alive.
Yep.
And if you do that, it doesn't matter if you didn't kill it, because now you just ripped a bunch of cards out of their hand.
Right.
So Topo's always been worked that way. And then just the common stuff you'd have in a red deck for Master Roshi. Super combo. Your leader is burst on the front side. so you'll easily get to Sparking 5.
Yep.
It is also an Earthling, which is one of the major things, as the everybody's pal Yamcha. When you look at top 3, you can grab it if you see it, and it's always great when you do.
Yep.
And of course, with this being a red deck, I then play 4 Afterimage. One of the only defensive things in here besides the Topo, but even then Topo's a really aggressive card once you get it out.
Yep.
This card is a Self-Awakening that if I'm stopped by, as I said, Crisis Crusher earlier, I can just get rid of the Crisis Crusher if they decide to attack. And then in quite a few games, anything like a huge Gogeta, Ultra Instinct, even Victory Strike, Afterimage does not negate the attack, but instead reduces it. So now you'll be at about 55, and their Victory Strike will be at something around 35.
Yep.
And they'll have to combo to even try and do damage to you, meaning you can combo much less against them when they do.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the best cards against, especially Victory Strike. Yep.
And then the only other extra card I have in here is a one of Planet M2. This card, I figured I liked it, but I didn't like seeing it once I already have. So I figured if I don't like seeing it in multiples, I'm just going to play one of. If I see it, great. It will be really good if I do, because then that means I can continuously swing with my leader and just basically make my leader +5 every time I attack with crit.
Super value over the course of the game, but you don't want to see that many of them.
Yeah. And then I of course play the new Frieza Secret Rare.
So how good is this card?
One of my Janemba matches I won because I just dug and dug for the Frieza Army leader, or the Frieza Army Secret Rare, and I saved it in hand until he thought he would get me down low. He got me 2 life, was thinking he had the game secured, and then I just dropped this down on him. I made sure to keep his hand size low, so he had about 6 cards in hand. He had about 6 cards in hand, and only 1 negate, so when I played this, his entire board goes the Deadly Defender Vegeta he had. This ignores barrier, just gets rid of it.
Nice.
I removed the 1 negate he had, and just swung for game, because he was at 4 life.
Sweet.
Quad Strike got in there. And the final card in the deck, because I can't play 2 secret rares, but I also need something big. So
was the Gohan
big
good?
Card.
Was it good all day?
Just a big boy put in the deck. It's an Earthling, meaning it can be grabbed off of everybody's pal. And this card has won me games today as a one-of that I just find. I just find it when attacking with everybody's pal.
He's loyal. He's there when you need him.
And this card actually allowed me to accomplish using 6 energy on turn 2 to beat a Broly triple flash deck.
Holy crap, that's crazy.
Yeah.
He lets you make the comeback.
As what happened in that match is I summoned the 1-drop Trunks. I swung with I summoned the Trunks. I then summoned a Baba, giving it +5. I then attack with that. As I have 5 life, I take 1 life, allowing me to be at 4. Just combo the Baba, draw another card, and from there I then can awaken. I restand 2, summoning my chain attack, and then chain attack with the side deck that I'll get to in a minute and just show the card here. I summoned a Haru Haru, and restanding that 2 energy that I had, and then getting a free crit out of it. In that last 2 energy I had, I summoned the Miraculous Comeback, Son Gohan. He had 2 life, and he had his own 1-drop Trunks that I just swung at, and he couldn't combo enough.
Nice. The deck's chock full of plays. Let's go into the side deck.
Okay. To clear some of this up, just scoop this.
Yeah, you can just put the top row right there.
And to start off was the card I nearly every game switched the Yamcha at 100% for. Was 2 more Ginyus. As nearly all matchups I found, people were playing stuff that was less than 20 without barrier. So if you then get this on the field, it becomes 25 when you play it. You can swing their leader, nearly always do damage, and then steal their card. And often the times you summon this, you're summoning it off of a chain attack, meaning that once you've used Ginyu and stolen their card, you can then just kill your own Ginyu with a chain attack.
Gotcha.
And something else I put in here because I thought I would be dealing with more Janemba Mill and some other, maybe other rogue type stuff with just 2 seeing hits.
How does this card do for you?
Every time I played it, I won the game.
It's that type of card, yep.
The Janemba deck that I played this against, he had 2 pseudo combos in hand. It was the Unbreakable and the new Cell card.
Yep.
I stripped both of those out of his hand. He only had +5s from like Demon Swords and just the fat little Janemba. And this card I was just able to swing, drop my entire hand, knowing he couldn't combo over it. He wasn't seeing any more new cards to combo with. And I just secured my game with that.
Solid.
This was just a card I originally had as a toolbox card in Yamcha. The Terra Assault Frost. I always knew Vegito or any sort of deadly defender is often hard for this deck to deal with, as if they give it Sensu Bean or something along those lines, it makes all these cards much harder to deal with it. And this card, if I just attack and they don't negate the attack, that deadly defender, no matter what, will be dead after the battle. And of course, you're playing Chain Attack. I was originally going to play 3 of these in the side. I definitely didn't like them in the main, as I just wanted pure mono red. I never wanted to see a card I couldn't charge as energy. Everything, especially the Chain Attack line, requires nearly mandatory 3 red. So I've just kept 2 inside. If I think I'm going to play a game where I need it, I'll side it in, but most games today I never actually used or even sided in Zeno. And of course, one of my hardest matchups I know is Broly of almost any kind. So I just decided I'm going to max out 4 Haru Harus, and Haru Haru with Chain Attack is nearly one of the best things, as even paying full cost for the Chain Attack, he then uses auto, summoning the Haru Haru, and Haru Haru restands all 4 of those energy, just tap for Chain Attack.
Yeah, so it's super free.
Or even if you already have maybe 1 drop on board and you have Chain Attack, Haru Haru, and everybody's pal in hand, you'd be able to tap 2, summon the everybody's pal, and go on from that to then tap 2, summoning the Chain Attack, bringing out the Haru Haru, and restanding all 4 of those energies.
Yeah, the card leads to some busted plays.
And as I was saying still, Broly is a hard matchup. Yellow is just tough to deal with. 3 Cronoas. If nothing else, then that matchup just becomes a tap 1 draw card.
Right. Did you ever miss minus Killy Zone or no?
Minus Killy Zone, I knew it'd be a good card to play, but my deck, I just need all that red energy. Didn't even want to risk playing the card and would maybe be having to charge it. And there just almost wasn't room. Maybe I could have cut the 2 Terra Assault Frost for the Killy Zones or something along those lines. But overall, the deck did great today. I ended up going from losing my first 2 rounds all the way to winning 6 in a row, making that 16th spot into the top 16, and actually winning the stream match that was there, beating Gogeta Shenron.
Sweet, man. Congratulations. That just goes to show if you lose the first 2 rounds, don't drop, because you have a chance to make top 8.
So that the ever so slightest chance of like, I need to go for this, because if there is a chance, I might as well try. And it just made it so any game that I'd lose along those lines, I'd be okay. I'd just drop and go and get food.
Absolutely.
Honestly, being here for 8 rounds or each an hour apiece is really taxing on you.
Cool, man. Any final shout outs you want to give?
Definitely shout out to one of my local game stores, Game Grid. They've always been a good place in Utah to go to. Shout out to my friends. They're all playing in the 1K right now, and they've been great here. We've had a lot of laughs, even though all of them dropped and didn't really make it in. It's been a fun time just being in Vegas, playing this game, and that's about it.
Sweet, man. Thanks for the deck profile, and we'll see you guys later. Hey, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another vid. Hang on. This is the end card, not a... Ah, screw it. I'm gonna play some Pokemon. See ya!